Yo, in this lesson we're gonna learn how to apply simple major triads in order to add some colors and create some interesting lines when you're comping or soloing over three family of chords, over major 7 chords, dominant 7 chords, and minor 7 chords. Well, use a major triad over a major type of chord is fairly obvious. So let's start with the minor 7 chord types. For this video, let's take D minor 7 as an example, built from the notes of a C major scale. So basically, the first thing we're going to do is play the extended arpeggio. So we're going to stack thirds in order to create the upper structure of the arpeggio. So you can play with me. Let's start on the D on the 10th fret of D string. Then we play the minor thirds and then the 5th. So we have a minor triad, D minor. So D, F, A. Then on the D string, 10th fret, we have the minor 7, C. Then we have the 9. We have the 11th or the 4th, and then the 13 or the 6th, and then back to the roots. So the extended arpeggio for D minor 7, for D minor from the C major scale is a D minor 13 type of chord. Now, if you watch my first video about visualizing triads on the guitar neck, you can see from this shape that we just played, we can already extract some major triads. So the first one being starting on the minor thirds, in this case being F, we have F, A and C, which is F major triad. So this means that if you start a major triad on the minor thirds, we're going to outline the 7, the minor 7. Why? So F is a minor third of D, A is the 5th of D, and C is a minor 7. So playing AF over D minor is going to give you that D minor 7 sound. Alright, so if you keep going with this arpeggio, with this shape, another really obvious major triad shape is a C major. So C is the minor 7 of D, E is the 9, and G is the 11th of 4th. So basically, if you play a C major triad over a D minor chord, you're gonna superimpose a D minor 11th chord. You're gonna give this kind of sound. So now you start to realize our simple triad, major triad in this case, can make the chords sound a little more advanced or add different colors to the chords. Now let's continue. And the next major triad we have is a G major triad. So G being the 4th or the 11th, G is the 13, and D the root. So basically you're gonna have like a D minor 6 chord with added 13. And this triad is really cool because it really outlines the 6. Gives that Dorian kind of sound. Alright, so quickly reviewing, if you have a minor chord, you can play a major triads starting on the minor third, the 4th, and minor 7. In the case of D minor, you start a major triad starting on F, which is the minor third, so it gives that minor 7 kind of sound. You can start on the 4th or 11, which is G, gives that Dorian sound. And you can start also on the minor 7, in this case C, gives that minor 11th kind of sound. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is demonstrate a little bit. I'm gonna loop a groove on D minor, and I'm gonna play all these triads over D minor, so you can really start to listen how it sounds and really relate to that kind of sound. Okay, let's start with the F major triad. Give that minor 7 kind of sound. Alright, and now the G triad for a more Dorian sound. And then finally a C major triad. And now we can really start to mix all these triads. I'm going to try and improvise using only the notes of the triads. Starting, for example, F and G triads, and then adding the C triad as well. And after, you can also use this to play some rhythms. Major 7 chords. Let's check which major triads we can use over them. Let's take a C major 7 as an example, with the notes built on G major scale. So we are on C Lydian. Reason being because we want to avoid the clash and problems between the major third and the fourth. So let's again play the extended arpeggio. Play with me. On the 8th fret of E string we have E, then we can play the major triad. We are on C major, meaning C, E, G. Then we have a major 7, B, on the 9th fret, D string. Then we have the 9th, D, sharp 11, F sharp, and the 6 or the 13, A. And then back to the root. So putting all together. Alright, so which major triads can we strike from here? Again, if you saw my first video on how to visualize the triads, major triads, we have obviously C major triad, and then we also have G major triad, being the root and the major third on the same string and the 5th on the next string. So if you play a G major triad over C chord, C major chord, you're going to outline the C major 9. Reason being that G is the 5th of C, B is the major 7, the 7, and D is the 9. Alright, continuing, we have another obvious major triad, which is a D major triad, D being the 9th, like I mentioned, F sharp, sharp 11, and A the 6th. And this one really outlines the Lydian kind of sound with the sharp 11. So you could use also a major triad starting on the second or the ninth of the chord. Reviewing for a major 7 type of chord, you can use a major triad based obviously on the root, but that won't that much. You can use based on the 5th, in this case G, and also based on the 2nd or the 9th, in this case D. So again, I'm going to loop a groove on C major 7, and I'm going to use these triads, and let's see how they sound against the chord. Alright, let's start with a triad based on the 5th, this case G. And now for that Lydian sound, let's play D major triad. And let's not mix them. G and D triads. Can also play a D triad, a C triad, I mean. Right, finally let's talk about dominant 7 type of chords. In this case we take G as an example, built from the notes of C major scale. Playing the extended arpeggio, let's start on the 15th fret, this string. We have the root, major 3rd, 5th, minor 7, 9th, 11th, 13th, and back to the root. Right, again it's a major chord, so I have a G major triad. Then we have F major triad. And if you play a F major triad over a G, we're gonna have a G11 or a G sus. So F being the minor 7, A the 9, and C the 11th. And then we have a C major triad. C being the 11th, E the 13th, and G the root. Right, so over a G7 chord, you can play a major triad based on the minor 7 and on the 4th, besides the root, obviously. So again, I'm gonna play over a G7 groove, so we can really hear how it sounds, each one of these triads. Okay, let's start with the F triad over G. And then let's play the C triad. So on C triad, be careful not to land too much on the C. And then we can mix the triads, F and G triad pairs, and also C triads. Alright, hope you get some ideas from this lesson to use simple major triads over these three different family of chords. There's also different things you could use, some triad pairs, but that's not really the goal for this specific lesson. And yeah, hope you enjoy and have fun.